Hey guys, Shotzi Phillips here, a brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. They're going to go out today, see what things came out today, see what things are on sale. Today though, new release-wise, the main thing coming out today is Evil Dead Rise. I always want to mix up and keep calling it Evil Dead Rises, but it's Evil Dead Rise. That's releasing today, along with, for the first time on 4K, National Lampoons Vacation today as well. There's also a couple smaller things as well that I think should be at Walmart. Anyway, and oh yeah, and also too, at the end of this video is going to be a bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for the things I received to review and talk about for you guys as well. But anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Walmart we go. And as you guys can tell, it's getting darker now. I actually was at SeaWorld all day today. I was gonna go to the area closer to SeaWorld to go to like the Best Buy and everything, and I went there a little bit ago, and it was one of those ones that was being remodeled and they had no movies whatsoever, and I didn't even want to document. I was just like, it was too sad. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to document that one. But the Best Buy is now, like, a lot of them close at 8, but the one is 9, so hopefully I can still make it to one, but I'm going to kind of things as I come to them. The bigger Walmart first, then Best Buy, and then the other Target and Walmart afterwards. So like I said, doing things kind of all in a different order today, and as it's getting later as well. But fingers crossed, hopefully they have some of this stuff out today though. Well, taking a look in here today though, they do have Evil Dead Rise out today. That one was $22.96 for that one, for the Blu-ray of that one. It seems like that they don't, like everything else though is kind of picked over. Big George Foreman, that was one of the other ones today. They don't have the Blu-ray, but it would be $22.96. The DVD was $19.96 for this one. If you guys have seen this one, let me know how that one was. Other than that though, I did peek over here though, and I wasn't seeing anything else. Like I saw these spots here for like Sekra, like Johnny Clyde, and then Tales of the Walking Dead. I think these may have been ones today. This location's always been kind of weird on getting everything. Oh no, this is that one here. But they've been kind of weird on getting everything out, so those ones may have been today, but I'm not 100% sure though. Other than that though, that seems to be all the main new things here today though, as far as I can tell though. Wait, you always have to check in this spot too. This is one I don't think I've seen in here. This Monty Python, the Flying Circus collection here. This one. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that set here before. And then this might have been like a week ago, this Transformers one. You always have to check this spot. They randomly mix some stuff in here some of the times. The same with this area too, is the other random area. You always have to check because there's sometimes very random things that for no real reason, kind of the ones that are put here, it's like TV things, random movies, and then sometimes I feel like when they don't know where to put stuff, they just like sometimes like end up here in this like random spot. Into Best Buy we go, and luckily it looks like this one's still open. A lot of the locations are 8, but this is one of the ones that went back to those original hours, which were 9, and then they kind of cut it back. But it looks like this one, let's see, yeah, still has a 9 o'clock hour, so we shall see. All right, so taking a look in here today, though, I see from last week they still have some of the Avatar Steelbooks available. These ones were last Tuesday. Other than that, right here in the front, I don't see anything else brand new here in this area. So let's take a look, though, over here, though, on the side. Oh, this is cool. This is one of the ones I forgot that came out today. National Lampoons Vacation on 4K. I think I actually mentioned it in the beginning, but then I didn't remember about this, that there was going to be a Steelbook. What's so cool is this is actually the original poster artwork for the movie. So that's actually really a cool Steelbook. I think that's actually really cool that they use this original poster, because I always love this image, and it's kind of cool to see it brought back again on this Steelbook. It's not cheap though. It's $33.99 for that one. But then the 4Ks of Mission Impossible, for the first two, are $24.99 for these ones, these Steelbook releases. So those ones are definitely new today as well. Other than that, here I don't see anything else new there. I do see they have the Evil Dead Rise though for the $24.99. I guess there was a Steelbook that sold out for that one. Into the second Walmart we go. So in here, though, they do have more stuff out of this location. So this one has Evil Dead Rises, the DVD. They don't have the Blu-ray, but they do have Big George Foreman, the Blu-ray here for $22.96, and then the DVD is $19.96 for that one. And other than that, let's see, anything else different? I think some of these ones I had not shown yet, these limited edition artwork ones. I think they're mainly the DVD. Most of them, there are a few Blu-rays mixed in, but there's ones like The Flash, the original live-action series, Black Adam, Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man collection. And then there's one of the Blu-rays here, Venom, Insidious 4-movie collection, Justice League, Batman, Bullet Train. See, all these ones are brand new with new slips. So the same original, you know, DVDs and Blu-rays underneath, but they're just new slips on them. The Middle-earth collection, Jurassic, you know, Park, Beetlejuice. That Beetlejuice one's really cool. Zombieland, Resident Evil, Conjuring collection, Deep Blue Sea collection. Let's take a look though in here though. Oh yeah, so then this is the one thing that came out today. I don't know if there is a Blu-ray of this one or not. There's one thing here called Tales of the Walking Dead. What is that? I guess that's like a... I have to look what that is exactly. But then this one, Johnny and Clyde. This is one that I really wanted to see because Bai Ling, who's been in my films, is in this movie. And it's the same with Robert Lasardo. Both of them were in Desert Fiend. So I do want to see this one, but I'm going to make sure there's not a Blu-ray of it first for that one. And if there's only a DVD, I'll definitely get that one because that's one I really want to see. But this Walking Dead one's weird. It's like, what is this? It's like, it doesn't seem like it's like Tales of the Walking Dead. I think it's like a Fugazi type thing or something. I gotta look that up and see what that exactly is. I do not know what that thing is. Other than that though, I don't see anything else different here today, though. That seems to be all the main new things here today, though. Yeah, so I ended up getting the Johnny and Clyde one. The guy, when I was checking out, he said, this is actually a pretty good movie. But it's only available, from what I can tell. I looked on Amazon. It looks like it's only on DVD. That's how it is with some of these ones. You know, you never know. Some of them only get DVD releases. But definitely am interested in seeing this one for sure. Like I said, mainly to see Bai Ling and, you know, Robert Lasardo in this one as well. Into Target we go. And as I say every time, you know, I always have to show something in the store because, you know, they're blasting music in the section, so I always show the books. And you guys see the book section where the movies used to be. But we'll head over to the actual section though and see if they have this. Like, it's so late now. It's like, you know, you would think they would have out all the new stuff already now, but we shall see. Fingers crossed. We'll see if they have anything out yet though. I mean, like I said, you would think they would by now, but I don't know. Well, since I was in here later today, they actually did have out the, you know, Evil Dead Rise and the George Foreman film. They actually had both of those ones out today. I guess it's because it's so late, because they close in like an hour. So I guess that's why, or close to an hour, so that's why I guess the stuff is out today. But, you know, other than that, though, let me know in the comments below, guys, you know, what you guys picked up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K, if you guys, you know, ended up picking up anything today as well. Also, let me know anything new that you guys have seen in theaters, any new movies you guys have seen, anything like that as well. I did go to see that movie, No Hard Feelings, with Jennifer Lawrence. It's one of those movies, I thought it was a fun movie. It wasn't like absolutely hilarious though, and it's a film too where it's like, when you think about like what Jennifer Lawrence's character does and like some of the stuff, it's like she never would have done that movie years back. So it's just so crazy that now something that, I don't know, just if you guys don't, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's just like sort of a funny thing. I guess after the 2014 thing, now she's just like, who cares? Just gonna do it anyway. And that's kind of the vibe that I got, you know, with that particular movie. I thought it was okay though. The other one that I saw was Asteroid City, that Wes Anderson's new movie. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what it was about that, but I was so bored. And I like Wes Anderson's stuff. I have liked a lot of his movies, but I was so bored on that movie, on that Asteroid City. I don't know how to put into words, but I did not like it at all. Like, I really didn't like it. I don't know why, but like, I could not get into it in the slightest. But let me know what you guys thought of Asteroid City, if you guys saw that one or anything new that you guys have seen lately. But anyway though, guys, now stay tuned for the brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews, and you'll notice those are done earlier in the day. But thanks again for watching, subscribing now, and stay tuned for the reviews. Now, first one I got here is from Paramount, and this is a movie that I have watched so many times throughout the years. I absolutely love this film, and I feel like, to me, it's probably my favorite Jim Carrey movie to watch, even though it's not like the typical comedy. Like, I feel like his best, you know, comedy is probably Dumb and Dumber and then Ace Ventura. But, you know, to me, the one that I watch the most is this film, just because as a film in general, just everything about this, I feel like is perfect. I feel like there's like literally nothing about this movie that I could think of that you would change to make it better or make it different. Like, it's like one of those movies where it truly is a perfect film. Kind of like, you know, like, to me, like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Mrs. Doubtfire, Tootsie, like some of those movies that are just so perfect. You can watch them all the time. Anytime they're on TV, you always watch them. They're movies like that. And this is one of those films that I feel like is really like that. It's a truly perfect film. This is for the first time available on 4K. It includes the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the digital copy of the Truman Show with Jim Carrey, which is one of the few more serious films for him as well. I actually think this was the first serious film he did, and then I think The Majestic was after this one, I believe. And then he had done some more serious stuff like The Number 23 or something along those lines. But he started doing more serious kind of films after this one, I believe. Basically, though, this is about Jim Carrey's character as someone who is being broadcast on TV 24/7 and doesn't know this, and he kind of is the star of his own TV show, and he's been watched since he was a baby. And basically, though, he has no clue about this. Everyone around him is an actor. His wife is an actor. His friends are actors. And then something happens, and he starts to realize something is going on. Then he starts to kind of question things and starts to kind of investigate and realize something is up. A great movie. If you guys have never seen this one, definitely, you know, for the first time ever to see it on 4K would be the great way to see it. It includes, like I said, the 4K. Then the Blu-ray has the film and the special features as well, like the deleted scenes, the photo gallery, the making of on here as well. The other one here, and this one I believe was a Netflix original. This is from Sony. I believe it originally aired on Netflix, and it's a film here called The Man from Toronto. This is a fun movie. It has Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson, and it did have like a lot of like green screen stuff. It was one of those movies that really had like this real green screen kind of feel for a lot of it, though. Like, and see, even some of it, you're like, why is all of this green screened? But basically, though, it was about like one of those things where it's miscommunication and a mix-up. Like Kevin Hart's character is going to stay at this like lake house, and he mixes up the numbers because like there was a smear on the printing, like a low toner printer thing. So he sees the wrong address. So he goes to where Woody Harrelson's character, who's like a hitman, was supposed to be going. And it becomes this whole big mix-up, and then people are coming after Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart has to team up with Woody Harrelson to kind of survive, and it's like he would never be with him otherwise. It was a fun movie, though. It has on here, though, 6 deleted scenes on this one. The next one here, this is from Warner Brothers. They sent over a free copy. This one, let you guys know this one was available. Like I was saying, this is one that released today, and I really like this movie. And the thing that was cool about this was the setting was changed, because when it comes to all the Evil Dead movies, they're always set, you know, for Army of Darkness, though, was out in kind of the medieval area, you know, medieval time, but for the most part, they're usually set out in cabins, out in the woods, and it kind of has that setting. This one, it kind of had that more of an Italian horror movie feel as well, like one of those like demons, kind of like Demons, I think 2, that was in the high-rise apartment building. It kind of had like that sort of feel to it a little bit. That was a much more characters and everything, though, but it kind of had that vibe to it a little bit. And basically, though, it's about the one woman gets possessed and the one family is going to see her. It's kind of like goes absolutely crazy. It's so creepy, and they definitely ramped up the blood and everything on this one, because the last Evil Dead remake kind of reboot one that they did in 2013, they had like, that was super gory. I feel like this one, they were trying to top a lot of that, and I would say this is definitely 100% worth checking out. I'm interested in seeing if they kind of continue on this story and doing more like of these kind of spin-off ones kind of set in different settings. It is kind of cool when you have it in a really different location. This one, though, it doesn't have any features on this one here, though. The next one here is from Warner Bros. As well. They sent over a free copy as well, let you guys know this one was available. And this is the one that came out today as well. This is the 4K. Now, keep in mind, though, this only includes the 4K. This is on National Lampoon's Vacation. This is one of those movies, too, that I've watched so many times since I was a kid. This is actually like one of the first movies I ever saw that I think there was an R-rated movie as a kid. I don't think my parents realized that this was rated R. So I was probably like, I bet like 5 years old watching this on VHS. And I don't know, it's one of those movies I've watched so many times. Anytime I think of like going on a trip or going like to a theme park or anything like that too, I always think of this movie too. It's basically about Clark Griswold and his family going to Wally World, and it's basically they're deciding to drive there, and along the way he wants to see his, you know, his wife's cousin Eddie, and then have some roadside stops, and kind of one of those things where every kind of problem you can imagine, the thing that can go wrong goes wrong along the way of this trip. Like I said, if you guys have never seen this one, definitely watch this. It has the archive commentary on here with Harold Ramis on here as well. I do wish, it's just always such a shame though, because I know that there was an archive, an alternate ending that it was technically the original ending that they shot. I don't want to say what it is and ruin anything, but there's this original ending, and I know it was filmed. It's just too bad that it's never been released on anything. I don't know if anybody has it, or if it's one of those things that's totally lost. It's like that term that you hear now, lost media. I have a feeling that it might be now considered lost media. The other film here is from Warner Brothers as well. They sent over a free copy of as well. And this is one I was really surprised how much I liked it. And it's Guy Ritchie's new film, which stars Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's called The Covenant. And this is one I really liked. This one was really, really surprised with how much that, I like this one. And basically, though, this is about Jake Gyllenhaal's character, out in the war. His character, I think he was a sergeant, and basically, though, he is working with Dar Salim's character, who is an interpreter during the war. He's come over, and basically, for being an interpreter, him and his family would be able to come over to America and have their freedom and everything like that for working with them, and for going with the American side and everything, for helping. And basically, though, an injury happens to Jake Gyllenhaal, and his interpreter has to help him, and it's this intense journey of helping him. A really, really well made movie, and then it kind of comes to what happens and stuff, and making the kind of helping. I don't know, really, really great movie, and a very different film for Guy Ritchie. It was Guy Ritchie's movies are not usually like this, so definitely a different style and everything for him. The other one here is from was this from 101 Films. This one here called Fear the Invisible Man. This is actually a pretty cool movie. They've done a lot of Invisible Man kind of films throughout the years, and this is about this guy who it's set in 1897, and basically, though, it's like a medical school guy who ends up getting I've mixed it up though a little bit with the other movie I was watching where somebody was redoing the experiment. I think it was mixing up with The Flash recently, but I think it was what did he do that happened that made him get invisible? But something ends up basically happening where he's invisible, and then he was kind of going around and I think killing people in the city or something. For some reason, I mixed up the plot of this one so much. That's the problem, is when you watch too many similar kind of things, you mix up the plot of things. I do remember liking this one, though, and thinking this was actually pretty decent, though. That's the thing that's kind of funny, that I'm blanking on a lot of the plots of that one. The other one here is from Well Go USA, and it's a movie here called The Tank. This is an interesting film. It's basically, though, about this woman who finds out that she had this property that she inherited from her father, and it's this old abandoned property that he had, and hadn't really been on for years, and she goes and decides to try and find it. Goes out there, and it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's not really any roads to it. It's all overgrown and looks this is terrible looking now. The whole house and everything's a big mess, and they discover there's this weird sort of tank thing in the ground, sort of like a water tank. Goes down there and discovers there's a weird light down there, and all sorts of weird things going on. Little by little, weird things go on around the house, and you discover that there was a reason for this tank, and there was something there. Very creepy movie. It has on here, though, a making of on here, as was a trailer for the film. The other ones here are from Wild Eye Releasing, the next two, and these were fun movies. This one I really like. This is from Mark Polonia, and Kai Rappaport's in the film as well. And this is Cocaine Shark. And this was probably, out of all of the Polonia movies that I've seen in the last couple years, this is definitely, I would say, one of my favorites. I feel like the way it was put together it used a lot of stock footage, but it used it in a very smart way about this guy that kind of had gotten it fell into this tank and had something happen to him and sort of starting to turn into this shark type creature. It was funny though, you could tell some of the people were playing the same characters a lot of time, playing multiple roles. So Kyle was in the movie getting killed 3 different times, playing 3 different characters and stuff in it. But just production wise and everything, I thought was really well done. It has on here though a commentary track and then animation outtakes and trailers on this one. The other one, this is from Wild Eye as well, and this is a great anthology. And the other anthologies that they have put together as well, I think it was High 8, I really liked as well, and I think it was High 5 was the other one. High 8 was the very first one, then it was High 5. But these are really great anthology films, and the thing about them too is, when it comes to a lot of anthology films, sometimes the production quality of one can be really well done and then one can be not as good. Like this one, every single one was just as good, and this is one called High Fear. I like this one a lot. Really great horror anthology, and it's basically about this woman who has to come up with these like stories for this comic book, and she's like kind of forced into it, and it kind of has like a Creepshow kind of feel. The other ones had like the High 8 was kind of more about being shot on High 8 tape and like that, kind of having that vibe to this, and then this one is done more like having a more of a Creepshow kind of feel to it. Has a bunch of different commentaries on here, as well as some making of, still gallery, and trailers on this one. The next one here, to let you guys know that was available, this was from MVD and from Cleopatra Entertainment. This is one called Ultraman Shin Ultraman here. Like I said, let you guys know that this one's available. This one has on here feature-wise the trailer, image slideshow, original Japanese language, and an optional English language version as well on here. And the other one here, to let you guys know that was available, this is from Synapse Films, and it's one here called McBain. It's a movie which has Christopher Walken in it. And this one has a new, for feature-wise, new 5.1 soundtrack created specifically for this release. Original theatrical stereo mix also included. And it also has a commentary track on here with the director and film historian, a theatrical trailer, and then on this one here as well. And the last one here is a cool set from MVD as well. And this is the Stooge-O-Rama, the man behind Mayhem and Even More Mayhem. And it's like a compilation of a lot of rare Three Stooges like shorts, appearances on talk shows, TV shows. There's so many different appearances that the Three Stooges did throughout the years. What's cool though about this is a lot of this stuff has been remastered in HD. So not everything is in full HD, but a lot of the stuff is. There's a lot of rare home videos on here. I'm one of those kind of people that have throughout the years has like gotten like everything Three Stooges imaginable. I remember like back in the day when they had like the Good Times VHSs, and like I've had so many different things throughout the years. Like Three Stooges was pretty much like the first comedy stuff that I remember seeing as a kid. Like I really feel like that was like my first actual introduction to like comedy. So I definitely feel like that. But really great set here, the Stooge-O-Rama one here, a 3-disc collection here. Anyway though, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.